My wife sat me down with a smug look. "After 15 years, I found someone better," she said coldly. "Pack your things and be out by Friday." I smiled politely and said, "Completely understand." She had no idea how Monday would change everything. The moment Sarah sat me down at the kitchen table, I knew exactly what was coming. She had that look, the one she'd been practicing in the mirror for weeks. Cold, calculated, smug. "Daniel," she said, folding her hands like she was chairing a board meeting. "After 15 years together, I found someone better. Pack your things and be out by Friday." I nodded slowly, letting her words hang in the air. "I completely understand," I said with a polite smile. She blinked, clearly expecting tears or shouting. Instead, I just stood up, grabbed my coffee, and walked to my home office. Her confusion was almost funny. What Sarah didn't know was that I'd already figured everything out. 3 weeks ago, I found a fancy jewelry receipt in her designer purse. $12,000. But here's the thing. It wasn't in her name. It was under some guy named Marcus. That's when I started paying attention. I installed a small recording device in her car. Nothing illegal, just good old-fashioned curiosity. And boy, did I hit the jackpot. Sarah and Marcus spent hours on the phone planning their perfect future. They were going to sell our house, cash out my half of our business, and split the insurance policy she'd secretly put in her name. I was supposed to leave with nothing while they rode off into the sunset. But Sarah made one critical mistake. She forgot I used to work in corporate investigations. I spent 20 years finding financial fraud. This was child's play. First, I pulled out our prenuptial agreement from the safe in our garage. Sarah had insisted on it before we got married, saying her family required it. I barely read it back then. Turns out there was a cheating clause. If either of us committed adultery, we owed the other person $3 million. Next, I did some digging on Marcus, a wealthy real estate developer, married, and guess what? His wife had no idea about Sarah. Then I found the smoking gun. Sarah had been transferring money from our joint business account into an offshore account under Marcus' name. $50,000 here, $70,000 there. Over 2 years, she'd moved nearly $500,000. That wasn't just cheating, that was embezzlement. I spent the weekend building my case like I was preparing for the trial of the century. Every transaction got highlighted. Every recorded conversation got transcribed. Every piece of evidence got organized into a folder so airtight that even Sarah's expensive lawyers wouldn't be able to poke a single hole in it. I barely slept, running on pure adrenaline and black coffee. Friday came and went. Sarah kept calling, confused about why I hadn't left yet. I ignored her. On Sunday, I created a simple website. I uploaded everything. Bank transfers, photos of her and Marcus together, the jewelry receipts, even screenshots from the car recordings where they laughed about how stupid I was. Then, I sent the link to 3 people. Sarah's law firm partners, Marcus' wife, and a journalist friend who specialized in financial crime stories. Monday morning, Sarah's phone started exploding. Her partners saw the embezzlement evidence and immediately fired her. They also reported her to the State Bar Association. Marcus' wife filed for divorce and sent the evidence to his business investors, tanking his reputation overnight. By Monday afternoon, the journalist published a viral article. Prominent attorney caught embezzling from joint business to fund secret affair. Sarah showed up at the house screaming and crying. The police arrived an hour later with a warrant. Turns out when you steal from a business account, it's a felony. As they put her in handcuffs, she looked at me with pure hatred. "You destroyed my entire life," she hissed. I smiled the same polite smile I'd given her on Friday. "No, Sarah, you destroyed your own life. I just made sure everyone knew about it. The prenup's cheating clause meant she owed me $3 million. The embezzlement charges meant she was facing 5 years in prison. Marcus abandoned her the second his wife filed for divorce. And me, I kept the house, the business, and my dignity. Sometimes the best revenge is just letting someone destroy themselves while you watch from a safe distance." Sarah thought Friday was my deadline. She had no idea Monday was hers.